Law of attraction versus neuroscience. Now, I am not here to say that one is going to be better than the other, but I am here to tell you why oftentimes leaning on just the law of attraction and thinking that that's going to create consistent wealth for you can fail you. Listen closely so that you understand where one begins and the other one ends. My name is Giselle Beaumay. I have a background in applied neuroscience at the master's level, and I work with brilliant women entrepreneurs as I help them to open up to abundance by removing the blocks that prevent it. The law of attraction, which was a big focus in my life, basically says that likes attracts like. So therefore, if you are thinking about becoming rich, you should then technically be attracting richness. That's the law of attraction. And in theory, that makes sense. The problem is that it does not take into consideration your brain nor your nervous system. Meaning, you can say, I am wealthy. I make more than enough money. I went from $100,000 a year in my business doing what I love to $600,000 a year. And you can say to yourself, I am that person. In fact, you can do all the things like send the signals, right? Like attracts like. So you start to dress differently, because you have to dress like someone of luxury. Or you go out and you buy yourself an expensive purse because, law of attraction. So I'm showing the universe that it should be giving me more money. So you have your vision board so that you can attract wealth. You have your affirmations. You journal every day telling yourself that I am wealthy because law of attraction. Except that months go by, a year go by. Sometimes multiple years go by and you get money in, money out. Inconsistency when it comes to how much money you generate in your business. Fears and worry about what is next month going to look like. What's 3 months from now going to look like? Will I make enough next year? Or stress or overwhelm when it comes to the work that you do, or scarcity, worry that you don't have enough clients, but yet you've been doing all the law of attraction stuff. And this is where the law of attraction drops off. Because yes, like does attract like, but is what exactly are we talking about with the like attracts like? This is where neuroscience comes in. With neuroscience, is your identity is what creates the money. So if your identity is what it is and it doesn't change, and you try the law of attraction, you're just attracting the same over and over again. Yeah, you get these wins. I know you do because I hear you telling me that. I manifested $50,000. That's where the dips come in. And it's all gone at 3 months. And I'm back to bottom, or I'm back to barely making it. Or you're having success, but it's not with ease. Is feeling overwhelmed or burnt out. Why? Because neuroscience was left out. Identity is what will attract the abundance when your identity is wired for abundance. And how do you wire your identity? Your brain. Your identity is just a set of neural pathways. So your identity is the rewiring of your brain. You must be changing your brain to match the identity of the woman that you are becoming. And then your nervous system will want to keep you at a certain level of familiarity. So is regulating your nervous system to align to the identity that you're rewiring into. So the law of attraction can create that spark. Absolutely, it can create that spark, but it will not create consistency and it will not create long-term change. Neuroscience is where the law of attraction ends. That's now where long-term, where you start to change who you are at the core And from there is where you attract that wealth. That's neuroscience. Law of attraction without neuroscience will absolutely fail when it comes to long-term consistency in wealth. Neuroscience is what makes it stick, is what makes it become you. So much so that no one can tell you nothing because you become it at a core level, your brain and your nervous system. So you don't hear me talking about the laws of the universe and just telling you things like do an affirmation, do a vision board, just believe it. Because what I know about neuroscience, I can tell you that just doesn't work for consistency. You must bring in rewiring of the brain, regulating of the nervous system. And those practices will create long-term results. Is how I was able to go from 0 to becoming a top 5% earner with confidence and consistency. I don't worry about next year. And in fact, it's the same process that I use to become a 1% top earner in a very short period of time. I don't rely on the law of attraction. I understand it and I know that it creates a spark, but it's neuroscience that creates longevity and consistency because you are abundant. You are so much more powerful than you realize, and I cannot wait for you to realize it.